So my intended destination for today is up there. I gotta make a decision here in the next few minutes about whether I'm gonna go up there or not. I probably will. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I've reached my fork in the trail. Let's see here. I'm 1.2 miles into this hike. 1.92 miles into the hike. And so I'm in the Twin Lakes Basin. So this left fork goes to the Twin Lakes and on up the basin. And then this right fork here goes up the hill to the Fourmile Basin. So there's basically, I don't know, 3 basins in here. There's the Twin Lakes, which are 2 lakes, and I want to say they're probably about a mile away. There's a lower lake and an upper lake. They have, the survey reports say they have cutthroats. I'm not sure if they're hybrids or not, but cutthroats, brook trout, bull trout, and brook trout, bull trout hybrids. The upper lake, the upper twin, is supposed to have the nicer fish. They're not huge, but I think they may be 12, 14 inches. It's a lake that I really should think about hitting. In fact, what I should do if I was smart is I should go there today. But and then up above that, a few miles up above that, is Lake of the Isle. Lake of the Isle is, I've seen pictures of it, incredibly scenic lake, incredibly scenic. And it has, I think it has cutthroats. And they may be Westslope Yellowstone hybrids, I'm not sure. Very scenic lake. Again, what I'm hearing is most of the fish in Lake of the Isle are 12 inches. Good fishing, nothing huge, but it's from what I've seen, it's probably worth the hike just for the scenery. And the fishing's not bad. And then if you go up here, this should turn back onto an old road and it switchbacks up the hill. And there's 3 lakes up in Fourmile Basin. 2 of them have fish. The most western one does not. So I'm going to start my climb here. In the last 36 hours, the weather forecast has gone from 30% chance to 60% showers likely. So, and it was looking pretty threatening here when I started the hike out, but it looks like maybe there's a little bit of a hole. So I'm gonna chance going up into the upper 4 Mile Basin. Again, what I really should do is go to the Twin Lakes, but I've been, if I can only hit one of these lakes this year, it's going to be upper 4 Mile Basin. So anyway, more to come. Okay, so upper 4 Mile Basin is up there. If you look kind of close, you can see the trail. It's actually an old road that goes up there. I'll be up there in, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I believe this is the outlet stream out of 4 Mile Basin. This little pond here, whatever you want to call it, apparently there's fish in it, because when I came out of here last time, there were people fishing this. And I did see some rises, although I don't see any now. Well, because of the sun angle, this video doesn't do it justice. Very scenic basin up here. Second time I've been in here. Last time was 22 months ago. So the Twin Lakes are down over here in the bottom of the basin. And then I don't know if it's there or there is Lake of the Isle. And where I'm at is I'm in the Pintler Range. I'm near Anaconda, kind of between Anaconda, Montana, and Georgetown Lake. Some people call this the Anaconda Range. Fact is, it's one mountain range, but a lot of people, the range east of Silver Lake is called the Anaconda Range. The west of Silver Lake are probably what a lot of people know as the Pintlers, and that over there is it's federally protected wilderness. This in here is not. There's good and there's bad about that. The good news, or the bad news, is, well, it's not federally protected, and mechanized, not motorized, but mechanized travel is allowed in here. In other words, you can bring a mountain bike in here. The good news is, because it's not stamped as designated wilderness, and because the roads to the trailheads are a little, require high clearance, it sees less visitation. This is a very scenic basin, very nice basin. One thing you could do that just occurred to me is you could camp at, say, Upper Twin, make camp at Upper Twin, and you could spend basically 3 or 4 days. One day go up to Lake of the Isle, another day come up here into the Fourmile Basin, fish the Twin Lakes. So I'm headed up here, got a little bit of a climb going still. On the other side, if you go over the mountains there, on the other side is my mostest favorite place in Montana, the Upper Big Hole Valley. All right, here's the lower lake in Fourmile Basin. 4.31 miles from the trailhead, and of course you don't see them right now, but I saw 2 or 3 rises just as I walked in here in the last minute or so. So this lake allegedly has brookies and maybe some rainbows in it. May have some cuts that drift down from the lower lake. So the upper lake's right up there. Less than half a mile, but a little bit of a climb. How about this? Well, here we are. Wow. So this is Upper Fourmile Basin Lake in the Pintlers. There's a fish that rose right out there. Well, good morning. It's Thursday, July 6th, 2023. I'm in the Pintler Range. I'm at Upper Fourmile Basin Lake. I fished this lake 2 years ago. It had 2-year-old Westslopes in it that were about 11 inches. And I said that the next 2 years after that, i.e. last year and this year, were going to be key years to fish it because they were going to be larger size. So here I am, it's 2 years later, so these are 4-year-olds. And so I'm hoping that I'm hoping to catch some nice fish out of here. So the only bad news is I'm not real clear on how much time I'm going to have in here today. If the weather holds, I'll be all right, but 36 hours ago they were calling for a 30% chance of thunderstorms, and then last night it was 40% chance, and then this morning I woke up and it said 60% chance, i.e. showers likely. So I don't know, hopefully the weather will hold. I'll catch a break in the weather and I can fish. The other thing is that I haven't seen. I've been here and I did a little bit of scouting, not a lot. I saw a couple of fish. I saw, I think, a rise, and then I saw one cruising in the shallows here. That's really about it. So again, it's a mud and rock bottom, so I'm going to start off. I think I'm going to start off with my Stillwater rod, my Echo Stillwater, rigged up with a couple of chironomids under an indicator, and we'll see how that does. And then if I see some topwater activity, I'll switch over to either an Ant or an Adams if there's calibatus coming off, or maybe an emerger of some type. So beautiful day. It's 4.93 miles in here. What they've done some, I was in here 22 months ago, and they've done some work on the lower part of the trail. They've basically closed off the last part of the road to what used to be called the upper trailhead, and so there's just the lower trailhead, which makes it a couple hundred yards longer. And then they've blazed a new trail. The trail followed an old road in here, and on the lower parts of this they've kind of blazed a new trail that kind of crisscrosses the old road. I don't really understand why they did that, but oh well. So there's a shelf out here that that I fished, that I waded a couple years ago. There's a long shelf out here. Hopefully the camera will let me show it to you. But so there's a shelf out there that's wadable, and it's on this entire side of the lake, and it goes out pretty far. So I'm going to wade out there and fish off those drop-offs and see if I can rouse up some fish. So anyway, more to come. Well, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is that I'm having some issues wading this shelf. The water, I tried over there, and oh my goodness, I need to be careful. I tried over there, and the water looks deceptively shallow, and oh my goodness. So the oh my goodness is I'm trying to get into position to wade here, and I'm running all into cruising fish, and so at this point I'm not real sure. I'm seeing a lot of them cruising, and they're good size. I'm not real sure what to do here. So this water, before I get out there to the edge of that shelf, I mean, the water's getting up to my thighs. But these are, so here's some big fish coming right here. Yeah, and I've seen just here in the last minute or two, I've seen a bunch of them cruising in groups. So I'm not real sure what to do. I'm gonna try to get out here real quick and see if I can get near the edge of that drop off. I don't know that I can. Like I say, the water, when you look at it from shore, it looks like it's 2 feet deep, and it's like I say, I get out there and it's I'm up to my knees right now. I'm wading in it and I'm up to my knees. So what I don't know with these fish cruising like this, what I should do is I should rig up my other rod with a floating fly line and see if these fish will take a dry, take like an ant. That's really what I need to do. Yeah. So I'm going back over to where I dropped my pack and contemplate my options. What I should do here. So I went over here. I found some decent access to deep water, and I fished these chironomids without a take. But one thing I am seeing is I'm seeing a lot of fish in the shallows in close, which is they're cruising. They're definitely cruising. So what I'll probably do is I'll re-rig. I'm thinking there's one right there. And there's some big ones in here. I mean, there's some fish that are 18 inches in here, which is about, I could see a 4-year-old being that. The real question is, with them cruising like that, and I put a fly out in front of them, a dry, like an ant or something, will they take it? I guess there's one way to find out. So that's, I think, what I'm going to do. There's some right there, big ones too. Some more right here. They're hanging in by the outlet here. But the weather's moving in. There's some thunder showers that are supposed to occur, so I hope I can ride it out. I'd hate to leave without giving this a fair shot, but well, it's about it's 2:30 actually. I've kind of fished away around the lake and nothing. I am seeing an occasional 1 or 2 cruising fish, but I'm seeing almost no rises. I'm not real clear what's going on. The lake level's a little higher than it was when I was here 2 years ago, which is kind of preventing me from getting out where I want to be out here. You can only get so far, because I was fishing off that drop-off 2 years ago. But even that, I haven't seen a lot of rises. I see very, very few rises, and they're far in between. I don't know what's going on. There's fish here. I don't know. I get tired of using the weather as an excuse, but I've been fishing with the ant. I tried chironomids a little earlier. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, 3:35 p.m. July 6, Friday, 2023. Upper Fourmile Basin Lake. The skunk is complete. I caught no fish. Strange. I saw fish. I saw cruisers, but they're just like they're not feeding. I don't know. Tried some different things. Very disappointed, but I was happy to make it in here. Anyway, Upper Fourmile Basin Lake departing shot. This is what I'm talking about. This is a spectacularly scenic area. Even though the fishing wasn't good today, it is absolutely spectacular scenery up here with these mountains. Beautiful. The video that I'm doing probably just doesn't do it justice though. And again, I think Lake of the Isle is either up there or up there.